Um, actually, was there anything else I wanted to say? Let me just scroll up real quick, make sure nothing I missed. I want to talk about. But do you guys think that Miria's gonna suffer from the guilt she's feeling? Do you think her summoning value now might make her not feel guilty? And did we know about this stuff? Because the stuff with Rand being a descendant of a traitor of the Yaksha clan or whatever, or the human who betrayed them. I don't know if we had that information before. Any inclination? I can't recall. But reminder that the syrup part of Mirha's mom was her face. You just don't have her father's courage now. Courage. That's what we're calling it. Okay. Has Rand ever been in pain? This has been. He could have been. His heart started hurting when he was with Kelvin Cameroon on a white space. Who could have stopped his pain? I'm not sure, but it looked to me that when Tatia and Sona were there, there's a part where he's behind a rock where he's holding his chest. That might be new, the right information. Okay, I don't remember exactly. I was always wondering who exactly did the deed with the Aksha. All right, fair enough. Like, how do they meet? I don't know, dude. I don't got the answers. I don't have the answers, Sway. But he's like, hey, I'm a descendant, but it wasn't me. The human who took Yakshanim's heart due to their illness. The human who caused Yakshanim to die by Ashura's hands. Yeesh. Because for a second, when I saw the silhouette, right, of the person with the braided hair right here, let me just kind of show you here. Let me kind of give you my thought process. I actually believed momentarily that this was the person who Hanuman, wasn't it like a blind person, a blind dude that female Hanuman like capitulated with. For some reason, I thought that's who that was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. I don't know what my brain does things sometimes. I can't always explain it, but yeah, that's kind of where my thought process was going at in the moment. I was I was always wondering who exactly. Oh wait, I read that. Like how did they meet and why did they break up? Well, that information might be something we're getting soon. You never know. You never know. Scroll up a little bit here. The action's been pretty good, all things considered. By the way, I've been liking the action that's been going on. With like the slashing and everything, and then I think she attacked with Maruna, like let me go. The flashback stuff with the god Kubera, the god of Earth Kubera is definitely becoming more and more intriguing. Um, and Mirha was definitely a really really smart child. And again, what do you guys think Lila's up to? What is she cooking? Nard Len was with Hanuman. He didn't have long hair. I swear. I for some reason in my head I thought that was the same silhouette. I'm not saying I was right. I just that's where my mind went. I'm loving how strong Lee's is. Yeah, she is. She's going crazy. Am I wait, sorry. Are you interpreting this wrong? No, I don't think so. Are we getting discussions for these chapters? This is a discussion. This is a discussion. Um, yeah, I'm not watching them. I'm not. I'll see if anyone's around, but I have no one to really bounce off. Okay, so in this one, I think this is where Tatia. I want to find the part where Rand's holding his heart. I think this is. I don't know if it happened here or happened later. No, maybe it happened in the last. No, he's holding it here too. So maybe he's just always been in pain, and maybe they can only somewhat mitigate it from time to time and suppress it. Meant to correct the old message. You hate this phone? I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say, bro. Just start over. Just start over. Take two. Action. Just start over because I don't know. Say it. Say it in one comment. Because I don't know what you're trying to get at. But shout out to the dynamic movement and everything here. Kurigam has gotten so much better with combat. I'm not gonna go crazy and say it's the greatest thing I've ever read from that standpoint, but she's doing her thing here. Yeah. So this is the panel talking about like here he looks to be in like serious pain. So that pledge token business nonsense. I don't know. I don't know if when he's gonna be clear of that. I need to know where Ash is at too, man. Where Ash at? Oh, the one thing that's been bothering me: why was the god of Earth the only god that humans took part of the name? Um, I think lots of wait. What do you mean? Wait, by that do you mean that like why does like why are there so many people named after Kubera? I thought a lot of people are named after gods, but I thought there's people who are named Agni and things of that nature. Like, have you heard anyone having Vayu in their name? I think I think we were told that some people were nether gods. I could be wrong though. Maybe it was just Kubera. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought I thought we had some people that said that because his name was shattered when he took Anata's name. There's that. Lee's has been going through way too many stuff without stopping to do some therapy. Facts. I'm worried about the blowback if it's gonna hit her all at once and she'd be like get like jittery and like get down. But I think right now she's probably prioritizing the 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 mitigation of human lives being destroyed and like just saving the cities from being destroyed. So right now she doesn't have the time to process, but it might all hit her at once when she has time to do some introspection by herself in her room or something. That's probably when it's gonna hit her, and I'm sad. I'm sad it's gonna be that way. Plus the thing he said to Mira in this episode reminded me when he said something like, "Someone needs to free Yuta. Everything I do here on out is for the sake of Anata." Oh, yeah, that line definitely stuck with me and resonated with me to the point that I'm wondering if he means it literally for Anata. Like some of these things could be interpreted in multiple ways, in my opinion. Does that mean the name Anata, not the person, just the name and the power of the name? So does that mean that he is not right now on Lee's side because Elise has that name? It was part of her name. Right now, she owns that name, right? So it's interesting to think about. Then we know that Asha was with like the shedding of time, the shedding, the lingering will of Anatta and whatnot, and got some of the power some way. So it's like, what does that actually mean to you? It's very interesting to think about. I'm not entirely sure, but there's just a lot to consider here. There's a lot happening, and I think they're converging at a very good point, very interesting point. I don't know how long this arc is. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. I didn't ask that to be told. But I knew Kubera Kubera was gonna hit, and I really wanted it to be about the God of Earth and about Lee's. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But it's been really good, man. Asha having a partial certification is weird too. So many weird concepts being melded together. So yeah, so like for me, it's one of those things where it's like, what is your perspective and point of view on something like this, right? So I could see someone being like, um, God of Earth Kubera, when he said that line, it was for the resurrection of the literal Anatta and for Anatta, and maybe his name being shattered and things of that nature playing to it too. There could be that. For me, I think it's more about the name and maybe instead of the literal the great snake. Like I don't think it's necessarily about that. But when it comes, I shoot like I almost give myself too much credit. I shoot like 16% from the field when it comes to like prognosticating what's going to happen in this story. I am not doing so hot. So do not listen to me. Don't listen to me. Listen to anybody else, not me. Blah blah blah. Someone needs to free Utah. Yo, free to man them. Free to tie you. I know that's not actually his name, but free to man them. Free to man them. We just time travel too. By the way, at the end of the chapter, Sona was the one that lashed out and attacked everyone in the city city counterattacking Maruna. It looked like you didn't understand the visuals. Oh, I didn't. Let me look at it again. I didn't. It wasn't particularly clear to me. So let me take another gander. So you said here at the end. Okay, so it got so I think it looked like Maruna or someone attacked it, and maybe it like a part of it blew away, and that energy's leaking out, so it kind of went berserk crazy. Okay, so what Maruna, because the Maruna at least dodge whatever is lashing out, that those tentacle whip things went towards the city barrier and got ping ponged off. Okay, all right, I got it. Thank you for that, because I probably didn't take it in the way I needed to. You're gonna join for a bit. Let me check my. I mean, all right. Let me hop in if you want to come through. Go to Discord. It's installing an update. I think that's why Tachio was warning him if you get attacked while in Sura form. Oh, like you can't control how you like respond or react to that. I suppose. Okay. Yo, what the fuck? There we go. I swear every time I open Discord, there's a new update, and I don't know what, and I don't care. Just leave me alone. Stop bothering me. Okay, so I'm in SoundCloud. Remember when Raul Tower explained how Chaos Rakshas had the weird secret moves and saved them to surprise people when fighting? I do remember that. I do remember that. Um, That was one of my favorite chapters of like the weight of time, the other side of the story, or through the whole thing because she just kind of explained it in a way that because we call them like the Tarakas or the whatever clan, they're like no, that's a chaos attribute, Sura, and straight up just like yeah, I like that. Hop in whenever you're ready. The sooner the better. I have other things I gotta do, so please don't take too long. I'm a busy man. Um, can you bring me in? It says I'm locked. Okay, just tag me on Discord. I don't know why you should have it already, but just tag me. Just add me. I did get spoiled for the not this chapter, the one before originally, and that's why I kind of waited. I wanted to give myself time to forget. So there's that. Okay, it says you have the well. I don't know. Try to hop in now, and I wonder what's gonna happen with Mirha. I don't know. I never disliked Mirha. I really liked her, and then I started getting like, what are you up to? What are you cooking? Why are you acting suspicious? But anywho, what's up, bro?
What's happening? How you doing?
I can't complain. I'm living. I'm breathing. That's more. That's enough. But I'm good though. I'm good. How you been?
Good, good, good. I'm doing wonderful. I was like, shit, dude. If I'm awake, I want to be part of this convo, and I have some notes and questions I wanted to kind of bring up relevant to this.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
So, would do you think like because of how powerful Ananta was, do you think like one reason that Kubera could kill Ananta was due to the spear seeing him as an heir, or am I like mixing things up? I think in connection to
I mean, the spear that he had
I
for
believe
he.
so, but I'm wondering if I'm confusing it with a different spear because I know they look kind of similar.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not entirely sure what his spear. I forgot what his spear did. I don't know. There's a bunch of spears. That's why I had to ask if this was the mistake, the mistake correcting spear, or something else. Because this one's about like I guess playing on your guilt, I suppose. So
That makes sense. Okay, I get that. Because
I
like
kind
I
of I.
remember reading it was either this episode or the last episode. I went down a rabbit hole of just like thoughts and just wrote things down. So
mm, There's a part of me that wonders if maybe the way maybe Anata was so powerful that no one person could absorb his name or power. So that's why maybe like Asha has part of the certification, but Lee's has the name, and I don't know. There's some another component I'm not considering, another variable I'm not considering, but that's something I thought about often, something like that. But
okay, I see what you're saying. Like they both have something the other doesn't, and
yeah,
therefore why they could carry other parts of him without.
it
Okay,
it reminds me of like the I hate how one note I am, but it reminds me of the concept of not concept. The characters L. Elliot, Nate Rivers, and Mello from Death Note together. Nier and Mello could accomplish what L could, but individually they're not as equal. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like sometimes when these things happen,
oh,
I think about it. I think about it in that way. So Mello had the, I would say, willingness to play like tap dance on the edge of justice and do something underhanded for the sake of the good. Where I don't think Nier had that in him. And then Nier had the intellectual component of L. So together they're L, in a sense. That's kind of how I was seeing it. So they say Kubera spear is a
okay,
mistake correcting spear. Lala's pink spear is a guilt spear. Okay, so I think they're probably distinct. I'm gonna keep a lookout for that to see if I can recognize them just based on its physical appearance.
okay. I'm
The
glad
two
someone cleared that up.
Yeah, the two spears are the mistake one that passed from Brahma to Kanaravata and ended up with Kubera, and Surya's spear, which is the guilt one, was given to Lila recently. Thank you. I just remember the mistake spear is actually with Lee's now. Oh, true. She was swinging that around. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. But just recently with Claude, right? Wasn't Claude watching? Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, when she's like, "Oh, if I just did a little bit more, I'd be like going crazy."
Yeah. What else you got in the notes? What else you got? What else you got for us?
Also, I'm wondering, like, okay, because of the whole like the chess revelation or whatever back in Kubera 11, where Lee's was like connecting all the dots. I think this is when I made these notes. I was like, because it just seems like he's playing off a script, right? Like he's playing off the idea of like we're not we're kind of taking the information from the records and like the white time space,
Hmm.
but also like doing our own thing, which is why I remember Glam mentioning like when he brings up stuff it contradicts, but I'm wondering if he does that on purpose. I
I
don't know.
I
It's
could
fucking
see it because like not to like go to agendas, but this is an agenda series. By that I mean it's Game of Thrones like where everyone's politicking for their own personal goals or whatever they believe they need to do. So I could
that's
see him
true.
I could see him somewhat manipulating information to get the desired outcome. I would that wouldn't shock me at all. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah, that's kind of where my mind was.
Yeah, no, because these last three chapters were definitely like a I gotta sit and think about it, you know, because a lot happened. It kind of reminded me of like what arc was it? Was it Anata or Abyss? There's one point where I'm like, there's like six things happening and converging at this one point, which is really cool. Yo, I was just thinking the other day.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, this theory does run in Game of Thrones, but on a much bigger scale, I guess. I just meant from the part where everyone has like agendas, secret agendas, and they team up and they backstab people and do all sorts of underhanded moves to get whatever gain that they want. Plus, this is a series where I like series like this where like I more often than not I think morality is kind of gray, not always black and white. So I always like when like series are like this where I don't necessarily feel like there's like a righteous person like we have to do the right thing. All like it's like
same.
what does that mean? What's the right thing? And why are you the arbiter of what is righteousness and what is unjust? Who are you to tell me that? You're not God. But then again, in this series, I guess there's guys. I don't know. But you're not God,
And
you're a
even then,
God.
they have their own things going on.
Yeah. Their own agendas and whatnot. So, mhm. All right, what else is on the list? Give us all the notes. We want more.
I remember you guys touching on this in the YouTube discussion that you uploaded. I don't remember this too much, but I remember having this train of thought. Like, okay, so his name shattered, which someone clarified in the chat earlier when Ananta got killed. I'm wondering, like, is this like a new thing in the universe? Is this like a thing that's happened before? And also, what is the benefit of like redispersing your name and recollecting it by playing on the humans that have your name? I just because I'm
I-
like,
Is that what you think is happening?
Carver definitely has something going on. He has a plan. Like,
Yeah. But do you think that's what's happening? Like they're kind of playing or preying on the humans by using the name, or do you think it's just like one of those things people are just like, oh, I have a son, I'm gonna name him Kubera. I don't know. Just curious. There's people named Jesus in real life.
no,
Is
no,
that
like
blasphemy? You know what I'm
the
saying?
thing. No, the thing I'm wondering is like, okay, so like when you're okay, so on the subject of like naming your kid comes up, and then it's like, oh, I happen to like the name Kubera, and then they're like, wait, that happens to be a name of a god. Like, do you like have to question that? Do you feel
Ah,
like okay, I've never had heard of a kid named Bayou or Agni. Why don't we name him that? Like,
can
is there
someone?
like a rule against that? And why is Kubera the exception?
I think it's considered blasphemous, perhaps. But can someone in the chat correct me if I'm wrong? Aren't there people named after other gods, or am I just off on that? I could have sworn there was a.
Okay, that's what I was trying to remember. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm misremembering that. Um, Something similar might happen to Kanara after taking Iwata's name, but someone made a comment and implied the problem is the duo to the name being too powerful. I think it was someone talking about Asher that said that. That's interesting. Because like one of the memes about Kubera that I always think about that like is so true and I think is relevant here is like so there's names. And then there are names
Right.
and then in all caps and then there are names. Like like the power of names or whatnot. So y'all tripping
Yeah,
on Mirror's leg?
it takes it
Yeah.
to a whole new level.
Y'all not gonna like that short I'm about to make about Mirror's legs. You're not gonna like it. It's not gonna like it. You know what legs I like? Chun Li's. Those are some legs. All right.
They are tree
there are other
trunks.
there are other people
Huggable
with
tree
yeah,
trunks.
there you go. You got see I got Chun Li legs. There are people with God's names, but only Kubera's name is special. Saha said he received an oracle telling him that during Asa's trial. That's kind of what I'm trying to remember. I knew there was something about the name that was like a little different, but okay.
Oh wow.
Because
Okay. I
okay,
didn't.
hold on.
I forgot about
Question.
Saha's or.
Question chat. See, y'all have to carry me. You have to do the job, the content creator, and explain things. but the divine affinity thing with Asha with every time a Kubera's is killed, right? Was that something specifically like unique to her because of her oracle and blah blah blah, or does that kind of work for everybody? Do Kuberas generally get a higher divine affinity if there's less or something? Like I'm not sure that I am remembering that as well as I should. So I think that might be a component here that we're not, or a variable here we're not considering. But then again, like I said, I shoot 60% from the field with this series, so I'm probably wrong. I'm like, wow, didn't see that
All I
coming. Wow,
remember, all
wow,
I
wow.
remember when you mentioned that is like the idea of like Asha getting like a power boost from Seha being killed.
Mm,
I remember that being a discussion.
yeah, she got yeah. It's like her divine affinity goes up because there's something to do with the way that I think her attributes were like weird and like even though she was talented, her divine affinity was low and she's like, I'm mad at the gods. They took away my future. If this, blah, blah. So there's all that. My guess is it's only for people with Kubera's names, but Asha was giving special permission because of something similar happening to Jabril. Okay. So Asha is like different. She built different.
Oh, okay.
She built different. What else? What else we got on the notepad? We want all the notes.
Mm,
We want
I
everything.
want to say that's all I have, but I feel like there's more I thought of, but I can't remember at the moment.
Mm,
If I'm gonna keep checking my little notepad though, see if there's anything.
mm. What do you think Lisa's current mental state is right now? Psychologically, you think she's like not going to be okay after all this? Well, it's too much right now, or what are you thinking? With the Kubera revealed, what happened with the stuff with Rao and Mirha, Maruna just popping up, Ran kind of
Connecting the
like
dots,
yeah, yeah.
people showing up at the same time. It's hard to say because I'm like, okay, if these guys are gonna kind of be here to help support, we got God Baya showing up. Agni's taking care of things on the other side of the planet. But she was also like having her inner dialogue talking about like, fuck, if it's going like this, then that means Yuta might not be where he said he was going to be. And this is the thing that we thought about, or I thought about, so I have to do this like this. So it makes me wonder if she's going to try to like go back to the Shura realm at all. But then there's so many things going on here, and meeting up with Ran and Maruna again. It's hard. It's so hard to say.
I'm also curious to see when this Lee's becomes like how like I call her Time Lord Lee's, but when she's like when like the one Utah in that one universe when Maruna finally could see him and stuff, we start like hesitating.
Yes.
And she like came and caressed him at the end. And then even when Maruna was like not fully fish stage, and she was taking the scroll ink or whatever into his body, and
The
she appeared
Sins.
again. Yeah, like that. I don't why I'm like, what were they again? I'm like, yeah, the Sins. I don't know why I call them scroll ink. I'm sorry, but yeah, like when I wonder when that's like this present version of Lee's. I guess it gets that ability, so I'm interested to see when that comes to play. I wonder if it's sooner rather than later. So that's
Because
exciting.
yeah, because it seems like her composure is like so different. Like where she is now, she's connecting the dots, she's putting things together, and she seems like she's trying to figure things out on the spot. But
Mm,
then when Maruna's taking on the sin, she's like, "You Aruna or Maruna?
mm.
What do you think?" And she's kind of coming from a different like, and she kind of
She
has that look in her eyes, like she's seen so much.
like that came across to me as somebody with a lot of foreknowledge and foreknowledge and wisdom about things to come that you don't know about. So it's
Thank
like,
you. That's
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. That's, she definitely seemed a little like, yeah, I know things. I know things now. I've seen things. So it's
Yeah, when you bring up her being like Time Lord version, I get that because it's like I know they haven't explicitly said anything, but there's something weird that
yeah. But I gotta say though, it is very nice to have like the main character back in the story again. It had been a while, like just to constantly see Lee's like being around. Like the
seriously.
Time Lord stuff was like the little bit we got during that entire long like time travel, timey wimey stuff. But it's nice to like she's just here now, so I can. At least it's been harder than a lot since season two, but she's still a glass cannon waiting to break. I agree with that. I think she's made a lot of strides and she's done a lot better in terms of her like general long term psychology and her like mental state. But this is a lot. It's a lot at once, and I'm sure this is gonna push her to grow to another stage. And then I'm still thinking about what Asha's over there cooking up, and then like my baby girl Lila, like what are you doing? What are you doing over there? What you up to? What is she up to? I'm
Same.
suspicious of Lila. I'm suspicious. So
She's like, all right, I don't care about the mask anymore, and Chandra's not around, but she's like has a spear and stuff all around, and protecting Mira, kind of.
or purposely hitting her with the spear so that the guilt will hurt her. I'm not sure. It looked like this. I can't remember her name. Was that Klosh? Cloffy? What was her
Kira,
name again? What?
Kira,
Hera. There you go. Sorry. Wow. I was so wrong. But yeah.
the,
Yeah.
the
She
goofy one,
she looked like she knew what Lila was doing. Like like seemed like this was the plan, and she just dipped. But the way
right?
she popped in the mirror, just in the window, just like I said,
Yeah,
yo,
she's
you
like,
freak, you freak, get away from me. That was good. I like that. Um, I'm curious how Lee's will grow after learning all the circumstances around her life. Also, Lee's becomes more. Also, if Lee's become just some unfeeling dead inside fighter, that's not interesting to me. I don't mind if she has to go through an arc where it's like a lot of things lose meaning, and then through that transformation, she learns the value of like still protecting and fighting for things that are right. Like that wouldn't bother me, but I'm not interested in seeing some like pseudo nihilism kind of version of Lee's in that sense. So I agree with that. It kind of
yeah,
reminds me of
I'm
the
good. I want.
argument that after Ace's death, Luffy should become some edge lord pirate. I'm like, I don't want, I don't, that's not the story that I want to read.
Oh
Like,
my
should be,
god, that's so
yeah,
cringy to hear about. The things people like. I just want him to punch Otanya's face off and punch him into a bloody pulp. I'm like, no,
I always like imagine
it's
like
not gonna
eye
happen.
patch Luffy with a peg leg, and he's like, "I lost my brothers to the seas." It's just like
Oh
like
my god.
no one wants to see that shit. Like keep that. I can never remember the names of Klosh and Cloffy. I know they're siblings, but who's who? Same, same. They said hockey man. Cloth is male. Klosh is female. What does that mean for Suras? They're like non-binary, gender fluid. Like they could just. It's just hard. It's hard. It's hard. So yeah, with the glow
Well,
in the
I
red
mean,
scar. Oh no,
I want to. Aren't they Upanis? Because they're not Rakshasas, right?
I don't think they are. No, but I'd have to revisit that.
Low tier Shuras.
But this arc's been good, man. I knew this arc was going to be good. My only criticism of this, and maybe I'll rescind it. I just feel like the whole literal actual truth about the plane crash, the ship crash in the neutral bro with Rao and Mira summoning or not summoning. I just want the answer. I'm so tired. my brain hurts. I just want the answer.
Right, like I could get it to a degree, but at the same time, I'm like, we got so many other things going on right now.
Oh no,
Can we
Corey said
close this and move on?
Corey did say they are Rakshasas, but one of their parents is an Upani, I think. Only Nastikas can switch genders, Rakshasas can't. I didn't know that. It's a good thing you told me. I had no idea. I thought any Sora can do it, actually. Well, no, not like
Well,
the
that's
super young
good
ones.
to
Not
know.
super young ones, but I thought maybe like third stage or at least fourth, fifth stage or whatever. Third and above, you could probably do it. But all right, thank you for letting me know. I actually didn't know that. That's good information. I'm a screenshot. I'm a screenshot this chat so I don't forget that. That's important.
Good thing.
That's important. But yeah, what would you if you had to like rate this chapter? I think the chapter's like a 9. That's good. Honestly,
Yeah,
though.
I'd probably say about the same. Like, there's nothing that like really bothered me about it. Like, it felt pretty good to get like what we got, but at the same time, I wasn't like disappointed or hungering for more. But I didn't also like feel like super like yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
but it's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, Rakshasas have a set gender, but somewhat genderless. Seems like is common for Ashuras and Huras. One example. Well, there you go. So you guys have the information that I need
Ah, okay.
to be having that. But you give the chapter a 9.9 out of 10. I feel it. I'm not mad at it. Uh what was I gonna say? This is a little. I guess it's not. I know it's not important to a lot of you guys, but me, I'm appreciating the fighting. Okay, I don't know. I feel honestly, I don't know if I've been battle starved, but I just want everyone to be fighting in all my series right now. I need some hands. I'm good
I
for
would
this.
like some combat too. Like,
I
I
something.
love Kubera for the
I feel like the
story, but
meathead
when
that
I
I suppressed is starting to bubble up right now for some reason. But yeah, it's been
same
it's been fun.
like when you brought up the idea, like we got so many strong people, but no one's fighting. Yeah, that gets me a little bit more down. I'm like, damn, he's so right. I kind of want more planets being blown up.
Because I remember when I was first reading it, I'm like, are they being literal? Like, is like is a planet? They're like, yeah. They're like, Gon Havruk was so big he could wrap around him. I'm like, bro, if y'all
Yeah,
don't throw some hands, blow up some solar systems. That's what, like, like when like Yaksha yeeted Ashura. Like, yes, more of that. Like off the
yes.
planet to the moon. Like, I need more of that. Like, I love that. Like, it's good for me.
Or when fucking Ran and Maruna had their recent like clash, or they're both like super
Yep,
gigantic.
yep. As I definitely appreciate that. Like, I call them like I don't know. They're like kaiju's, like kaiju battles because they're so big. Like they become these big things. I like that. And I did notice what
Yeah, that
Kurgan
makes sense.
was saying with like I guess all the fish stage forms. I think she mentioned something like they're supposed to have like a more humanoidish appearance. I know like Sona looks like an abomination,
Yeah,
but I think I could still somewhat discern like okay, this would ideally be like an arm. It's like the head. It's like the leg, like humanoid shape. So
yeah, it's definitely because yeah, like fifth stage and Nasticas is supposed to be like a parallel there, so I feel like that's kind of why.
mhm. Yeah,
And that like Sona, I wonder if they're just part like what is it, the Taraka clan,
yeah.
or did they get absorbed by a Taraka clan member? Because
I
I
think
forget how that works.
I think both of them were brought up. But I'm not sure we know exactly which one is which, but yeah, like here I see like whatever the what you call it a gorilla, a grabbit. I don't know, a rabbit gorilla, and like this thing. Well, let me actually move these for a second, and pull this down a bit more so you can see better. But yeah, like it's like the head and it's like an arm, like the tail, and it's probably standing on like a bunch of fur and weird shit in the way because these things are freaky. But yeah. This was good though. I enjoyed this chapter. I did. Sona's a chaos
Yeah, this
attribute
last.
Sura, so he is similar to a Taraka. Okay, thank you. Sona is Pep. Oh, it's Peputan, Hanuman's son. Peputan was the chaos element in of Nasik of Yaksha. That's why he's like that. Wow. I did I.
Oh,
I was that I should have
that
known
went
that.
over my.
Yeah, I should. I feel like I should have known that. I'm dumb. I'm gonna take the L for that one. I should have known that. Also, I don't even care about
To be
Godhavra
fair,
like
that's
that,
so
but
much
they're.
information to like
Mm,
keep track of. I don't blame us for forgetting things.
mm. It is a dense series, and like and as much as I be honest, I used to think about it a lot more often, like outside of like the chapters that we're reading. But the thing about it is, I don't have too many people to speak about it off, and I've always found that I work best bouncing ideas off of other people for the most part. Like I've always said this: have you guys ever done escape rooms? I'm very good at escape rooms because if
Yes,
I
I've
hear
only
the
done
wrong
one,
answer,
and
if I
I was
yeah, go
thank
ahead.
you because I was like the most competent one out of them. I was like actually being the detective out of the group, and everyone's like, "What do you think about this?" And I'm like, "Well, the simplest reason is usually the easiest. You're overthinking it."
What's the line once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth, no matter how improbable it may seem. Like once I hear the wrong thing enough
Uh,
times, I'm good at discerning
yes,
what the right thing is. So Someone's like,
Yes.
"Oh, the clock is this, but it's that." I'm like, "No, that's not it." And someone's like, "Oh no, it's probably this." I'm like, "That's not it." And then like, okay, now that I've eliminated
I
those
could
three
make a.
things, I know it's this. That's how I work. So
I like that. I like that. I feel like we'd make a great detective team. Do you want to take up like a crazy case
let's do
and
it.
like try to
Let's
solve
do
it?
it. I'm on my L Lolly gimmick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold my knees. I'm gonna hold everything weird in front of me. You know, there was a point in my
Nice.
life where I used to sit like L for real. I used to. Now
It's
I could
funny
never
because
hold.
like I
I
might
couldn't
switch
hold it long
episodes of
though. I'm
this
like,
to
how does he
detective.
sit like this for hours? This hurts.
That's not comfortable. No.
No, no. So yeah, I don't even care about Gun Harbor like that, but they've been gassing him up for the longest fight. Yeah, we could see Hanuman giving Sona for Yaksha to raise at the end of Papatun's side story. I'm sorry I didn't remember that. I apologize. That's on me. I didn't even recognize. Like I saw Sona. Like I'm sure I've seen you, but who are you again? Like I swear when I saw Sona in my live reaction, I called it the wrong name first. So yeah. Did it increase your brain power to
Completely was
sound like
like
L? I placebo affected myself to make myself think that I was smart. I don't know if I actually was though.
I feel like I had the same reaction as you when I seen Sona on screen again in present time because I was like, do it. Am I supposed to know this person?
I'm like, I know you. I'm sure I've seen you, but damn it, it just wasn't coming to me. Wasn't coming to me. So
Exactly.
it wasn't coming to me. But this was a good. This was good. This was fun, man. I love this series. This series is the pinnacle of line webtoons as far as I'm concerned. Not that there's not other good things that I enjoy and whatnot, but Patreon gang, you already know what it is. I don't want to be eating ice soup. And you guys are the answer for me not eating ice soup. Shout out to the certified BAM lovers. That's the CBLs. But shout out to the Priests of Fire. That's the certified Brillit lovers. Are they the real CBL? I don't know. They might be, but definitely got to give the hugest shout out to my tier 3 pledgers. The fifth Zen Gods. Shout out to Zyler Scotty, Zodiac Nemiko, Zachary Cooper, Urek Mazzino, Tino Brown, Ticos, Sonny Kathapali, Simi, Scobe, Revenant, Reese Dijon, Raft ZB, Maury, Lazy Dragon, Johnny Rogers, Irene Sharda, Triss, Childish Nujabes, Andrew, Allen, and Big Abdel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. I'm moving on from ice soup to ice sandwiches. We on the come up. Yeah.